Testing 1 2. Testing. Testing 1 2. Hello. Testing. Hello, everyone. I am the Truth Dweller, and we are the truthdwellers.com. Now, some of you might be thinking, Dweller, you haven't been around lately. And that's true. That is truth. I haven't been around lately. I've been, researching and doing fact checking and fact finding. It's not easy being a truth dweller, and oftentimes I have to take time, take a step back, and do my due diligence so that I make sure that I have the truth. I can't just be spouting nonsense. And that's what a lot of people do on the internet. They just spout nonsense. And so what I've decided to do is come back. Even a little prematurely. I've been doing a lot of research for my typical topics, UFOs, cryptozoology, all this kind of stuff. But now I'm taking a little bit of a pause from that research because we have, a pandemic that's happening. And so what I'm going to be doing is taking viewer questions and answers and giving the truth. Now, when I say truth, I want to be clear that it's the truth according to me. And that's important because I'm not a registered doctor of doctology or psychology or physiozoology or anything like that. I'm not an official doctor. I'm not a member of the government. I'm not. Not a member. I am not, an expert in any particular area except the truth, but the truth is subjective. So I'm just saying, listen at your own risk. You have to come up with your own truth. But if you believe my truth, so be it. I'm just not liable. That's all I'm saying. So just keep that in mind. Let's just first of all, let's just talk a little bit about what's happening right now in the world. We have somebody joined, said they can feel the truth already. Well, here it comes, baby. That's what I'm telling you. It is going to be the truth. Now, here's the thing. What's been happening is there's this virus called the coronavirus. Now, at first I thought that's got to be a corona, like a retina, like a corona, like coriona. What do you call it? That thing. The center of the eye part. I thought, okay, it's got to be an infection of the eye. I've had pink eye. It's not what it is, apparently. Apparently, it's something that will get into you, causes you like a cold. It's like the common cold, except not. And then also respiratory issues and then death. So it's like the common cold with death. It's essentially the same thing. So what this is, though, is I'm not gonna talk about the merits of it, whether it's legitimate or not, whether it's a hoax or not. Maybe it is. But I'm going to talk about facts today. I'm going to talk about numbers. First of all, numbers that I see relevant, it's called COVID-19. A lot of people are sitting there and saying, oh, COVID-19 is the worst. COVID-19 is the worst. Here's the thing about me. I don't remember COVID 1 through 18. So I'm still here. So if I've lived through COVID 1 through 18, I'm just going to say I'm resilient and that I've already lived through it, and 19 is no big deal. Because it wasn't even a tickle. I didn't even feel 1 through 18 at all. So that's that. So is it bad? I think it's spreading. I think that's the truth. I've got data and numbers here because, again, I'm a dweller and I dwell in the truth. And so I look at truth and I look at facts. So far there's been worldwide like almost 13,000 deaths. Is that a lot? I mean, I don't know. It's just a number to me. It doesn't, 19, COVID-19. I don't know. Could be 19 deaths, could be 13,000 deaths. I don't know. Maybe that's what the number's based on. When it came out, maybe it was just 19 deaths that they had, and so that's why they named it that initially. I have no idea. But is 13,000 really that bad? Now, for those 13,000 people, don't get me wrong, that sucks. And for their families and loved ones and et cetera, so on and so forth. But a lot of people die. Like, lightning kills people. That happens. That's a thing. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if it's just, if I'm lucky, if I'm some kind of superhuman strength and stuff like that. I have a little bit of uranium here and there, a little bit of rubidium, a little bit of the elements, you kind of rub them on yourself, you get a little bit more resilient. And maybe that's me. Because, as a kid, I was running around in fields with wire coat hangers. Never got struck by lightning. Meanwhile, I was looking up these, last year you had people that were fishing. Why are you fishing? That's why I have supermarkets. They were walking. That's how they got struck by lightning. You're going to risk getting struck by lightning by walking? Why would you do it? I just don't get it. And 49 people died. 49 people died just from lightning. So is 13,000 really that bad? The big alligator, little alligator, hand signs, 13 bigger, it's 49 bigger than 13,000. Yeah. But it's relative. Anyway, we're going to go see if we have any questions. If it's spreading, what can I do to protect myself? I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. Let's just say this. Here's the most scary part of this whole thing. If you have, and I know a lot of you viewers out there have this, you have sort of gastrointestinal issues, toilet paper. If you don't have toilet paper, that's scary. Have you ever been in a public place? You're about ready to evacuate and you don't have a place to go and it's scary. You get to a place, there's other people there. You can't go. You're shy. You get there, there's no toilet paper. Like, there's all these sorts of things. And so toilet paper is a scary piece of it. But I was hoarding toilet paper before it was cool to hoard toilet paper. Now everybody's in a pandemic, can't find toilet paper. I got plenty of toilet paper here. But here's a little trick for those of you who are scared. Now, if you haven't done this already, stupid. If you've already done it, smart. If you haven't done it yet, but you're listening to this and you have a hoard of toilet paper, take it under advisement. See this? That's a toilet paper roll. This, what do you do with this? Discard it. Idiot. No, this can be used as toilet paper as well. And it's resilient enough that you could even use it, maybe rinse it off, use it again, or it's almost like a spatula. Think of like pudding in a spatula. You can scoop. You can actually get more off of yourself. And so this can be used. You can even cut it in half and have a couple scoops, and you can get rid of that. This saves you like 3 toilet paper rolls a year, minimum. Just one of these. If you rinse it off enough. And so if you don't have toilet paper, go to all your friends' house and be like, I don't have any toilet paper. What am I going to do? And they're going to be like, yeah, we don't have any toilet paper. All we got are these empty rolls, and they throw in the trash. Forge through their trash. You could, whether it's, during the dinner party, I got to use the restroom, forge through their trash in the bathroom. They probably have a couple of them. Or you can come to their place later on. I'm not telling you to break the law or anything. But if it's a garbage can that's in a public location and, or maybe ask them permission. I don't know. Just say, hey, can I get some of these? Scoop. And again, it's a scooping action. You can cut these up. You can do various things, make more out of them. But look at how much can this hold? Huh? How much could go in there of the anal output? Huh? There's a lot of that can go in, and it saves this. Because, you guess what? I'm not even using this. You know what I'm using this for? The idiots who don't know about this. I'm using this. I'm selling these for like $100 a roll. And then I'm using these. So that's how you get it done. So don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Yep. Well, we got another question coming here. Joystick MC. I don't know what that means. That sounds inappropriate. This is a family-friendly truth channel. But Joystick MC, he asks, how bad is it and how much will it spread? Is this going to be something that I have to worry about? I am sick of not going outside and being isolated. Okay, first of all, yeah, it's going to spread. So everything spreads. You know, I mean, you can spread butter on toast. Things spread. That's a natural order of things. How fast it's going to spread, I don't know. But this whole social isolation thing, I think it kind of makes you weak in some regards. You know what I mean? Like for me, here's what I do to try to be resilient. Like I said, sometimes you get some elements, you rub them on your body, get used to it. It's like people who are in the churches where they have the snakes bite them. They're building up a tolerance to the venom. You know what I mean? And so you have to do sort of stuff. Occasionally, I'll just lick a rail in a public restroom or something like that. You know, I mean, just to build up the immunity to these bacteria and viruses that are on places. And you know, I'm kind of self-isolated because I protect myself, you know, from anyone outside government, extraterrestrial beings and stuff like that. So I'm in the home a lot. But I mean, beyond that, you know, when I do go out, I try to make sure I build up a tolerance. So yeah, this is going to spread. I'm not saying you should lick public rails, floors, restroom seats, anything like that. I'm not saying you should do that. If you feel as though you would like to, I'm not liable. I mean, I'm just saying I only tell you what I do. Look at toilet seat once in a while, and it might build up resilience. Now, you could get some flesh-eating bacteria and die. Of course, everything has a risk. Skydiving has a risk. You might skydive. I might lick the walls in, you know, a subway. You know, I mean, we all have our things, but I think you can build up a resilience, possibly. I don't know for sure. I don't want to be I don't want to commit to that because again, I don't want people out there saying, "Oh, he told me to lick the rail and then I died of a disease." Well, yeah, that's a risk you're going to have to take, you know? But look at me. You know, happy, healthy. So that's all I can say. So yeah, so I think I answered spreading. Yeah, it's going to spread. And here's the thing. If you isolate yourself, what's that going to do? It's just going to spread it inside your own house. So you're just going to fester in it. You're just going to roll around in your own filth of disease. So you're going to get it. I'd rather give it to somebody else than keep it. You know, because once you give it away, then it's gone. You know, and that's how it works. I mean, if you give away the disease, now it belongs to somebody else. And so that's what some people, I think the people who are most vulnerable, they should be giving it to people who are less vulnerable. Maybe that's what it is. If you're 80, I hear if you're 80 years old, you're more vulnerable. I hear kids are maybe a little less vulnerable. Why don't these old people give it to the young people? Then they don't have it. They give it away, and now the young people can take it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not... All right, what we got? By the way, does this prove the Earth is flat? How would a virus spread on a ball? Wish the Earth was round. Aliens have a straight shot at all of us since we're always facing them. Since we are always... Aliens have a straight shot since... Oh, well, okay. So here's the thing. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that the Earth is not round. It is also not flat. It's like a donut without the hole. We talked about this. It's got the concave. So it's flat on two sides, but it's got the curved edges. So here's the thing. The spread, I mean, and your first question, I don't mean to call you names or anything. The Troftmeister Grube. I don't know what the stupid name. The Earth is flat. How can the virus spread on a ball? How can a virus spread on a ball? Scrotally speaking, look it up. Okay, I mean that's just fact. I mean things can spread. You got to wash correctly. Okay, and I think sports. That's why I don't play sports because you got all sorts of bacteria on footballs, baseballs, basketballs, racquetballs, croquet balls. Golf balls, foos balls, wiffle balls. I mean, look at hockey balls. All the balls. I mean, they all have bacteria on them. And yeah, again, occasionally I'll lick one of them, but then I don't have to worry about it. You don't want to be exposed to it all the time, just small doses. So yeah, so it can spread on a ball for sure. But being flat on both sides, it makes one side susceptible. Yeah. And see, and this is how you can know where the Earth is actually flat at. Where's the flat part and where's the concave part? Because it's like a donut. Again, it looks like a donut. So you got that curved part and the flat part. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the map here. So we've got this map of all the places where this has gone. And you can see that in the northern hemisphere, I think that's what you call it, the line, the equator hemisphere, I don't know, something. The Earth, if you cut it in half, the half line, whatever you want to call it. And everything is above. So if you look at the map, you have Europe, Asia, North America, and all those. So those have all got it. If you look below, little dots, little things, probably people traveling from those places over there. So you got Australia, nothing. Like there's almost nothing there. South America, almost nothing. Africa, almost nothing. So that's where it is. So if you look at a globe, that's where the line is. So does it do it? I can't say for sure, but I mean, the numbers add up. So, of course, it's going to stop. It's going to help do the spread. Now, I think canceling flights, good idea, so that you don't spread it to the other half of the hemisphere or the other side of the donut. That's absolutely good. That's truth. So, yeah. So, lots of people have been infected. 304,000 confirmed cases. It's a lot. But I don't think it's anything that's that we can't handle. I mean, I've been listening to all these press conferences and stuff, and they say, we've got enough tests. We're going to be able to test everybody, and that's fine, but don't get tested because I don't know. And I think it's maybe a money saving measure. I mean, it makes sense to me in a way that why would you just waste a test to test if somebody has it? Because here's the thing, if you test somebody that has it and it's positive, that's a good test. It's 100% good. It's used its value. It's like when somebody dies in a movie and you're like, oh, I hope you don't die in vain. You died for a cause. You died so that we could get to Mordor. Oh, you died so that we could do something epic. Yeah. And so if you take a test and you don't have it, loser. So why would you do it? Yeah. And a lot of people are arguing like, oh, well, if everybody got a test, then we know who had it, and then we'd be able to isolate everybody correctly and everything, and then it would be gone in a couple days. That's true. But do you want to waste a test? So you have to weigh. You have to weigh which one you want to do. Do you want to be wasting resources? Hey, pick a lane. Pick a lane, greenie. Oh, I want to recycle. Oh, it's global warming. Oh, all this stuff. But I want to waste all the tests. You got to pick a lane. And I'm not saying that it wouldn't work. Probably would work, but then you got to pick a lane. So either you have to give up recycling, and you have to give up this whole the ozone layer, and then not take the test because you might not have it, or you have to make sure you have it and then take the test. And once you know you have it, yeah, take the test. Because then you know you have it, and you know the test is going to be positive, 100%. It was not in vain, as they always say. So that's good. Should I build a makeshift tank and start hoarding food in the mountains? No. You're an absolute idiot if you think that's a good idea. Because you should not start doing that. You should have already started it. That should already be done. So if you are currently thinking, oh, I'm going to build a tank and move to an isolated area, a cavernous mountainous region, somewhere in Montana or Arizona, or, somewhere where they have, desert type foliage and things like that, so that you can see people coming from a distance. So there's dust bowl storms, kind of like Mad Max style. If you want to do that, you should have already done it. Don't have that already, you're as good as gone. Okay, so now primary thing again, toilet paper rolls. That's your primary objective. Hand sanitizer, don't worry about it. Anything can be hand sanitizer if you just believe. A lot of it's power thought, mind over matter. And so, some people are like, I'm using this hand sanitizer. It's got 60% alcohol. You know what? I've used, beverages. I've used, have you ever seen, sometimes the soft drinks, they'll do these videos, they're like, soft drinks are so bad for your belly. And they'll pour it in there and they'll put a penny in it or something like that. And then they'll wait 2 days and then the penny is all corroded and it's almost gone and everything. It's already eaten it. Just pour some soft drink on your hands. And in your mind, be like, yeah, this is going to corrode a penny. And then that'll be fine, probably. Now, again, I'm not a medical doctor, so don't take, if you're taking advice from someone on the internet about your health, that's wrong. That's not smart. That's smart number Smart number 2, smart number 1 is you should have already built the tank. Smart number 2, don't take advice from people on the internet unless you believe it's your own truth. Now, it's my truth. If it so becomes your truth, so be it. I mean, that's just up to you. What if a Corona 20 comes along? If Corona 20 comes along, maybe it'll cancel out the 19. Good thinking. And here's the thing. If you have 20, it could eat the 19. You know what I mean? Like, it could actually, like, it could overpower the 19. It's like, this is an A and B conversation, so see your way out of it before D and E F you up, G. Like, it's just a progressive line. Like, all the letters will then go to the next one. So if you have a mouse problem, what do? You buy a cat. Yeah. Now, that's what normal people would buy. I don't say that you should buy a cat for that. Definitely, I'm gonna go honey badger. I'm gonna go like the sun crested bears that they have the little crests on them. I mean, those are good for mice. Cats. I mean, cats are sneaky. They're not really the best thing for mice. But my point still stands. You get some larger predator, and that will take down the mouse. Or if you have insects, buy tarantulas and spiders. I mean, that's what people always say, and that I can agree with. Usually, the bigger, the better, the furrier, the better, because those are less poisonous. So, I mean, like the banana spiders, they hang on things or whatever, and they intimidate. They just intimidate the bugs out. They don't even need to eat them, but they're not poisonous for you, so then that's good. So, yeah, 20 comes along, 19's gone. So if anybody is out there is cooking stuff up in a lab, if they got 20 on cue, it's probably going to be fine. I wouldn't go past 20. I mean, I wouldn't skip. I wouldn't go to 21, 22 or something like that. You know, like you don't want to up it. It's like the volume. I mean, when I'm cranking up on the TV, sometimes I'm like, hey, turn it up a notch. And then somebody goes like, ta, 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 and they turn it up like 10 notches, and my ears bleed. So you don't want to crank it up that loud. So that's not good. That's not good. Is it man-made? Well, I mean, the 20 we're talking about might be man-made, but I don't know about the 19. I mean, I don't know of anybody smart enough to make something like this. You know what I mean? Like this is here's the thing. And this is not real. This is fake, hypothetical. The only person who would ever make this is like a Doc Brown, Marty McFly. You know? Here's the thing. What's even better than stealing the almanac and going back in time and betting on sports games? Huh? Betting on the stock market. Yeah. Put some stuff on the stock market, and then you create a pandemic. Go back in time, create the pandemic, and then you reap the benefits of the stock market. And in the meantime, you come back from the future, 2023, 2040, 2080, whatever it is, come back with toilet paper and the rolls, specifically, and sell them. And so that's a way that you can make money. So if there is a man smart enough to invent time travel, then he's probably the one that made this. And, time travel, as we all know, is plausible. Haven't gotten to those videos yet, but not only plausible, happens. I might have time traveled here right now. Who know? You don't know. And maybe I'll tell you later. But that's plausible. But the stock market is a big thing right now. It's been tanking. I take no stock in the stock market. Like, it goes up, it goes down. I wipe my butt with it. I don't even care about the stock market. Doesn't even affect me, whatever. Here's the thing, you have to put money in an institution other than my mattress in order to care about the stock market. You put it in a bank, you put it in the stock market, if you put it in art, a lot of people collect art. They're selling paintings for millions of dollars, stuff like that. Diversify my portfolio, get a little art in there, get a little this in there, get a little bank, get a little high yield savings. I'm going to have a Roth IRA. Oh, I'm going to do all this stuff. I keep it in my mattress. Guess what? It's kind of like crab fishing. You might have some dead loss, I mean, if a crab dies, a little bit of the disease spreads, you have a little bit of dead loss. Sure, I get a little, occasionally I might have I'm going to say I have less than 1% financial loss just from sweating and bodily fluids and stuff like that, I mean, because it can damage, some of the bills, but I mean, very small. So I keep things in small bills. The mattress, it's very firm. It's hard. I have ones. Yeah, maybe on the bottom layer I have 5s, but beyond that, if I lost the top layer, I'm losing $20. Not even a big deal. And so, yeah, you do have a little loss like that. How much loss do you have if you had your money in the stock market? Huh? 40%, 50%, 60%? 1% sweat loss. So that's nothing. That's nothing. Maybe Bigfoots are immune to this thing. Has anyone tried opening communication? I thought that this was a legitimate person because they were asking good questions. What about CV20? What about all these things are coming about? Oh, you're hoarding food. Should we, build, tanks and stuff like that? I thought you were legitimate. Bigfoot is not real. I don't know how many times I have to say it. It's not real. If Bigfoot were real, then we would see him. I'd have him on my show. I'd be like, hey, Bigfoot, just want to ask you about COVID-19. How's the coronavirus treating you? I'd ask him those questions, but he's not here, so it's not real. You know what I mean? It's not real. There's only been photoshopped photos of him. It's not like Loch Ness Monster that has legitimate, documented, photorealistic proof. We don't have that with Bigfoot. And so if you're going to ask those kinds of questions, maybe you shouldn't even be here because Bigfoot isn't real. Now, if there were a Bigfoot, hypothetically, I think it would be more susceptible because of all the hair. This is why I keep a sheer body. Only reason I don't shave my head, I would get sunburned easily because I'm very fair skinned. But other than that, from here, forehead, all the way down to my toes, not my toes, because I also wear a lot of sandals and I have kind of hobbit hairs on my toes. I could show you. I don't know if I can get my leg up that high. I got a very, very long, you see the hairs there? Yeah, so those are, people have joked that they've called me Bigfoot. And then and I'll take that as a joke because I'm closer to Bigfoot than anybody because I got the hair. But I keep those, hair in the head, hair in the toes, just for like sunburn. A lot of sandals. I don't want to sunburn tops of my big toes. Ouch, because that's where like the sandal goes, and it would hurt. So, but anyway, top of the forehead, all the way down, right to the top of my big toe before the hair starts. Sheer, no hair, zero hair on my entire body. Because why? It doesn't hold the germs. If you're Bigfoot, holding all the germs. So if hypothetically there was a Bigfoot, which there isn't, it's going to hold a lot of germs. Now, those who are hairy that look similar to what a Bigfoot would look like if it existed, shave your body. Shave it completely. I mean, why not? Why do you have it? And there's a lot of charitable organizations out there. You can donate and they'll make wigs and stuff for people. Give it out there before you get a virus or something in it. It's just harbingers for germs and disease. All the hair on your body. That's what it's. You don't want to hold that. You don't want to do it. All right, we're gonna go back. We're going back. We'll take maybe one question or two here, and we'll wrap everything up. And then what I'm thinking about is maybe doing this. I don't know, a couple times a week. Updating people on the virus, updating on the spread, and things like that. And I'm thinking about doing a couple live remotes, maybe from the hottest areas. You know what I mean? One of the things that I saw recently that I think is terrible is the people that are coughing on fruits and vegetables in the grocery store. What are you thinking? Why would you do that? There are people who could get the virus from that. And so you are directly contributing to people getting the virus. Okay? And so that's not cool. That's not something that you should do unless, again, you're older and you're giving it away. If you're giving it to somebody younger, but you don't know who you're giving it to. Maybe you're 80 years old, you cough on some vegetables, and then a 90-year-old comes by and they pick up the vegetables and they get it. Okay? So you don't want to do that. That's kind of a lame thing. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't cough on purpose. Now, if you have a sworn enemy, save your coughs for them. If you have someone you're disgruntled with, if you're going to save your germs, don't just do it for a random person in the supermarket. Use it for something. Why waste your spit? Why do that? Why waste the phlegm? I mean, there's no reason. And so you want to make sure that you do it for a reason. Don't just do it for willy-nilly. If you're going to do something like, for me, I'm not going to just hate anybody. I'm going to hate people specifically because they believe in Bigfoot. Okay? I'm not going to hate just a random Joe Schmo because I don't know if he believes in Bigfoot or not. Once I find out he does, then I can address the hate with him. Then I can cough in his mouth. Okay? So then that's when that happens. So... Oh, and I do forgive my viewer out there. He said he apologized for asking the Bigfoot question, and maybe he didn't know. And here's the thing, and that hate's a strong word. I don't hate people who like Bigfoot. I usually dislike them to the point where I wish misfortune upon them, but I don't hate them. But and for a first timer, I'll give you. Here's the thing. I like baseball. except different. Baseball has 3 strikes. I have 2. Why do I have 2? Because I'm better. I don't need 3. 2. I can judge a person. Usually I'll give you 1 strike. But this guy, I'm going to give 2 strikes. I'm going to say, you know what? 2 strikes, and if you do it again, if you ask me a stupid question again, then you're out. But other than that, not. So we're going to take our last question here. Your tinfoil hats have helped me. Oh, that's not a question. That's just a compliment. Tinfoil hats have helped me so much. I'd love to see photos. Send me photos of your tinfoil hat. If you haven't watched the video, you can watch it on YouTube. Search for the Truth Dwellers. You can search for the tinfoil hat. You can also go to thetruthDwellers.com and see how we make them there. I mean, they're legitimate. They have handles and cool things that will keep the brainwaves from getting taken and stolen by extraterrestrials, government agencies, etc., so on and so forth. So make sure you look at that. However, tinfoil hats, this is a good time to start making them. Except, what if you run out of toilet paper? You're going to have to resort to tinfoil. So make the tinfoil hat, but make it in a way that you don't tape it too much. Because if it's like, whoa, emergency, no toilet papers, no butt spatulas, that's what these are. If you don't have any of those, then you're going to want to unfold the tinfoil and work it. Watch out. Paper cuts hurt. Tinfoil cuts are worse, especially on certain places. So that's what I have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you watching and listening. We're going to try to do this in the future. We're going to try to do it so that we can update people on this coronavirus and the things that's happening with it. But if you want more information about me, the Truth Dweller, or us, the Truth Dwellers, this group of people that will not refuse to have anything less than the truth, you can go to thetruthDwellers.com, and we'd be happy to express truth. And I'm going to be back with some normal videos eventually. Again, still doing research. It takes a lot of time to do the production value that I have here. I mean, look at the studio. I mean, it's great. I mean, it takes a long time and to edit the videos and do the research. So we're going to come back, thetruthDwellers.com. We'll see you next time.